Chassis Lab all on board with us. And the folks at Scotia, as I said, they're on board with us. They're also a big part of the Rockstar Husky team. They're innovators of award-winning consumer technology, power sports, car audio products, and accessories. And they have 40 years in business, and they got phone mounts, chargers, cables, power sports clamps, the base links module thing here on my desk that Caslu and Starling have been using tonight. Pulp 2020 is the code to save with those guys. Welcome our next guest to the show. He is sponsored by Scotia. He is also sponsored by Rockstar Husky, and he is also your 2020 450 motocross champion. It's Zach Osborne. What's up, Zacho?
Congratulations.
Chilling, dude. Just straight chilling, honestly.
Friend of the show, wins a national championship. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. It's incredible.
Yeah, I actually, like it's starting to sink in a little bit, but when you introduced me as that, I was like, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Put a smile on my face.
You've won 4 championships, and this 451, the very, very elite of the elite, and man, it must feel amazing. You just never mind the bank account, Zacho, just rolling in cash now.
Yeah, I mean that's always a perk, but that's honestly not the reason I do it. It's still fun to me, and I still dig it like I did, maybe more than I ever did, honestly. It's tough at the front end and at the sharp end of the 450 class, but man, it's rewarding for sure.
When you win, does the money, do the bonuses, are they already in your account? How does that work? Do you have to invoice them at the end of the month? How does that work for the bonuses?
That's a great question.
Yeah, does it just here you go, boom, you win and you get it on Monday?
No, I mean, auto pay or whatever. We have to.
Oh, you there? Oh.
Same for per diem, it's all one invoice.
Okay, so you'll get your bonus at the end of the month with per diem, a regular check, and everything?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
That's
just
nice.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
Will you have to tell them what they owe you, or they will just pay you? They just know.
I'll have to tell them, but
they know.
They have a good idea.
They know.
Can you send me that amount in deposit, a photo of that amount, in the deposit? I want to see it.
Just your bank account, starting on Sunday night and then Monday morning?
Yeah, dude, that's got to be so awesome. Okay, great question, Marks. Please, this is a great question. Marks, ask Zacho.
Zacho.
Yo.
Are you gonna splurge a little bit and get a sim racing rig with your bonus money?
Well, I don't know. There was a debate after the first Loretta's. I was at work.
What the fuck?
The sim rig deal, and I ended up buying a gun that I've been wanting forever. It's a super specialty gun, biathlon gun that I can train with, on my back, and then shoot. It's about controlling your heart rate and breathing and stuff. So it was more of a training tool. So maybe I can play the sim rig card as something fun. But the main goal right now is I want to get my garage redone because we moved out of our California house and it's a bit of a mess. So
yeah.
I'm trying to get my garage redone to where then I can maybe have some room for a sim rig, but it's not ordered yet. Mark, to answer your question.
So responsible.
I mean,
he is.
That's a decimal point of your.
Yeah. No.
Okay. I'm gonna do the rest of it.
Yeah, you're gonna get a garage done. Yeah, great work, Zacho. I mean, come on.
I got a couple guys actually. I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
I like where this is going.
Have you seen Dylan, the superfan Tomac guy that we were ranting about, that Starling was just ranting about?
I just obviously heard the end of it. Dylan, he calls in normally, right?
Yeah.
But I don't have Twitter on my phone on a daily basis, so I probably haven't seen it as much as it is out there. So no, if you're asking if I know the deal, no.
Okay, yeah, all right. He said that Adam should be there to ride in support of Eli's championship hopes. So I was going to say, should you have ridden for Anderson
this weekend?
This is wild. Adam's beating Tomac in points.
Yeah, I'm not with Dylan on that one.
Right. So I was just wondering if you were going to ride for Anderson, starting this year.
Forever?
Yeah.
That's just my only thing.
No.
Just there for Dino.
Right, you're just there for Dino.
Hanging out.
By the way, we had Dean on the show last week, and he was denying that he's the cheapest motocrosser ever. He was denying it. And I was like, come on, bro. And he's like, just tell me, give me a couple examples. And honestly, Zacho, I kind of locked up.
He doesn't even own a vehicle.
And I couldn't think of some examples off the top of my head.
Flying standby?
He defended
that was mine. That's exactly what I said.
Well, no, he defended that because, it's Sarah. She works there, and that's, So why wouldn't
And he
you
doesn't
do that?
want to just comfortably get to the race on time?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. But he's angry that I was saying that he's the cheapest motocrosser ever. So, so when you're
It's a tight race actually between him and Jason. Like they're pretty tight race.
Right. Yeah. I agree. So, all right. So, are you going to Lommel then and racing MXGPs? Is that the plan?
No, I think I'm going to pass.
Okay. All right. Is that because Hurling's got hurt, or you didn't want to spank him in front of his home fans?
Oh yeah, of course I was just going to go there and blow him away in the sand like I did at Assen.
Oh, MX Jeff just grabbed that quote right there. He just grabbed it right there.
Assen was gnarly.
What about GNCC? Are we racing some of those?
No, I don't think so. I need some time off. I'm 31, man, and time off's hard to come by right now.
No, I know. But you would be the only national champion that would go grab your bike and go do some races.
ISDE, something.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I did consider it. I have the tank still and everything to be able to go and ride and practice. So it was in consideration, but I'm gonna just use my time wisely.
Yeah. Charles, are you with me in saying that Zach's WW 450 race was his best race ever?
Yes.
Thank you. He doesn't agree.
That was good.
Oh, Starling says same thing.
I agree.
Yep.
That was good.
Just the timeline, maybe not the fastest or whatever, but the timeliness
Just
of the
everything
performance
about it.
was.
And
You made it happen when you needed to.
following those two kids in third for like 3/4 of the moto and being like, okay, watch this.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, it's the greatest race of his career.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that, but I'm gonna agree to disagree.
What's your vote?
Redbud won.
Redbud won. I don't even remember.
Okay, well then I guess it wasn't that good.
It wasn't that remarkable then. I'm not with you.
That was solid.
Yeah, Redbud won.
Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah,
according to the results here.
It wasn't bad.
But look at
Fine.
WW. It was a 1-1, and when it counted, and it was hot.
Yep.
Zacho, when you're in that championship mode there at Paula, do you like? So you're out there, right? And you're. I don't think you're giving it your 100% effort, but you're trying pretty hard. But late in the races, do you start letting your mind wander a little bit about, hey, what's that noise from the bike, or am I hearing something or anything like that?
I said it in something in the press conference maybe or something, but it's so hard. It's harder for me to do it the way I did it over the weekend than it is even for like a Vegas 17 situation where it's a must win, because you give yourself this allowance, that you normally wouldn't give, and it just kind of changes the whole game, and it's just not quite as intense or
right.
I'm not going to say rewarding, but it's it's just not quite the same feel when you have 24 points to play with, and you can kind of go out there and get a couple top fives and take home a championship. That's just not really my style. But honestly, it was awesome to have that cushion because the pressure was still just incredible and like something I've never quite experienced. But sorry, the question was.
Yeah, did you do anything different on race day? Did you do anything different than you normally would have?
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm superstitious, but I'm very ritualistic. Like I want to wake up like every Saturday this summer. Somehow we came across watching Saved by the Bell on Saturday mornings. So we've been watching Saved by the Bell every Saturday morning, and I was actually nervous because my TV is in my motorhome is set for East Coast time.
Yeah.
And it normally goes off at like 11. So I got up at 8, and I'm like, dang, like Saved by the Bell is going to be off. So what are we going to watch today? Like, while we're getting ready for the motos and stuff. And then somehow magically it was on. So I was super stoked. But yeah.
Somehow magically like Saved by the Bell was on.
Save the day.
While Brittany's putting in like a DVD or like streaming it up there. Like, fuck, how do I find it? How do I find it?
We got to get this going. But yeah, Steve, you mentioned something about like the bike and stuff, and that's like, I mean, everything you feel is, oh my God, like the foot pegs are falling off, like things that never would happen, like, and every noise is magnified, and you just are like in a state of like hyper awareness where everything you see, hear, feel, sense every single little thing,
Right. Yeah, no, I bet that's how I would be. Plus, Paula looked like square edgy and hard and slippery, like. Did look like a lot of fun to race.
It was not fun at all. It was actually terrible. But the thing that scared me was the rocks. Like I even put some handguards on after the first practice because the rocks were just coming up massive, and you can always have that pop up and smash something or hit a radiator on the first lap when you're getting roosted or whatever. So that was like kind of one of my concerns. as well, was just kind of maintaining the bike and making sure that, I didn't put myself or the bike in any situations that it didn't need to be in.
Scosh bringing you Zach Osborne on the show, the 450 motocross champion. Scosh.com. Pulp 2020 is the code to save with those guys.
Zach, did you
Magic mount? Get your magic mount.
Get your magic mount. Yeah, they're great. I got the Base Links thing on the desk here, and every guest uses it all the time, so it's great.
Is that the charge mat thing?
Yeah, charge mat thing.
Sorry, I didn't know the name of it. Yeah, that thing's sick too.
Right.
So obviously you didn't run a Moose in the front previous rounds, but for Paula, given the circumstances, did you run a Moose up front?
Good question.
No, I didn't.
Really? Why not? Why not?
Well,
yeah.
So I've been asked that by literally every European friend I have. Like, what are you thinking? Like, this is ridiculous. And the only answer I have is, like, at one point I don't quite remember when I stopped, but I was actually running Moose Supercross as well. Like, I did some funky stuff there for a while when I came back because I had been on the Moose for so long. And then a couple years ago I stopped. And honestly, outdoors, in my mind, I was thinking that we were racing with them. And then when I got the flat, I was like, oh, yeah, must not be a Moose. Like, but normally we don't actually switch solely because there's only 2 weeks and it's a hugely different feel. Like, it's, night and day to adjust to that. Well, this year, obviously, we had 8 weeks, and it could have easily been done, but it was maybe an oversight on my part that I didn't ask for it or whatever. But the consensus was, like, it was just a fluke thing, and I've had it happen once in my 15-year pro career, and it wasn't going to happen again, so we took the gamble.
All right, we got some phone calls on the line. Oh, anything else? Oh, go ahead, Charlie.
So this is something I was thinking about. You spent a lot of time in Europe, obviously. We've both rode at, like, Ravenbroich and all that. Would you ever consider kind of doing, like, a Villapoto type thing and finishing your career over there? Like, maybe just a year in the GPs with your knowledge that you have now and your, everything you've learned and, the people you know there and the families and all that. Would you ever consider doing that again?
I definitely would have 3 years ago. Like, if this were, 3 years ago, I would say yes. But, like, I have a contract for next year here in the States, and then we're kind of talking about another year after that. So, then I'm going to be 33, turning 34, and that's a little bit too late to really go there and be competitive.
Right.
And I just, I don't really have an interest in it if I can't go there and do it correctly and do it properly.
Right. It's just something I always wondered, just because you spent a lot of time there, and I know you loved it, and, the people there, it's like family to you, and especially, being at Aston this year and you were there and, watching the videos with Team Fried and all that going into it, you looked like you were almost at home in a way, and I just always wondered if you'd ever go back and do it again. But, yeah, I totally understand that. If you can't do it right, why do it?
I mean, it's something we've kicked around, like Brittany and I have kicked around and talked about and thought about, but the main factor is just that I'm getting older and, like, it's not getting any easier anywhere. So, I'm better off to kind of just stay here and do what I'm doing and try to be as successful as I can. Other than that, it would be awesome. It would be fun. I miss Europe often. I miss England often, and I would really, really enjoy to go back, but I don't know if it's really, like, physically possible for me by the time it's time to do that,
Yeah, absolutely.
2 years in, you think, Zacho, and we'll see how it goes for retirement-wise? 2 more years?
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah. That's what I like to do.
And then GNCC or God Works or
Dakar or something.
Dakar with Shorty and Zacho going across the deserts.
I've almost scrapped the Dakar deal. It's just so freaking gnarly.
Yeah, Shorty's an American hero. It's amazing.
He is. He's a bad dude. Every chance I get, I just suck his brain dry. He's probably like, this guy asks way too many questions.
Yeah, I could see him doing that. Zach Osborne on the show, brought to you by Scosh. Got some phone calls on the line here. First up is Paul on 2. Paul, what's going on? What's your question for the 450 motocross champion?
Hey, just wanted to call in and congratulate Zach for the big win in 2020.
All right, there we go, Zach.
Thanks,
just a congratulations call.
All right, I called in at the beginning of the season and predicted you win the championship. So
really,
came out pretty good.
You know what,
You're
Paul?
the man.
Hey, Paul, I was saying on Twitter, on our preview show, like, I think Osborne is going to win races and be right there for the championship and be Eli's biggest competitor. And then some guy on Twitter's like, you got to stop sucking his balls, bro, just because he's your friend. And I'm just like, I wish I knew what that guy was doing right now. I wish I would fucking tweet that guy right now. But
yeah.
Anyways,
Absolutely. He was the Donald Trump of motocross for 2020, and I want to dedicate that to the baseball player over in Florida. That you would tell him that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Should be trainer.
Listen, Betts is okay. He's fine. Betts did not mean it when he said Zach who earlier tonight. So,
but congrats, Zach, and I'll let you guys go, and I appreciate you, and congratulations, Zach.
Hey, Paul.
Thank you.
Paul. Courtesy of Scotia, we're going to give you a Zach Osborne signed jersey and a team signed boom bottle. All right?
Thank you so much. Hey, your show is the best. And all jokes aside, it really is. And we in Mississippi appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks to the folks at Scotia. They got some prizes for you, all right? So stay on hold.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Stay on hold. We'll get you that team signed boom bottle and a Zach Osborne signed jersey, courtesy of the folks at Scotia. Didn't even know we were doing that, did you, Zacho?
No, that's pretty sick, though. That's a pretty sweet little package.
Yeah, not too bad. Let's go to the next call here. It's Superfan Jay. Is this Jay? What's going on? What's your question for Zach?
Yeah, Superfan Jay's the man.
What's your question for Zach Osborne?
I got to lead off with a testament to what an incredible human being Zach is. We've got a couple of mutual friends, and over the last 4 or 5 years, I've sent Zach the occasional text to which he responds almost immediately. But once we got hot this summer, I started to pepper his inbox every week. And then instead of him ignoring my creepy superfan text, this guy answered every one of them like the American hero that he is.
He certainly is. Everyone in the pits was pretty happy that Zacho won. I don't think anybody, maybe Adam and that Betts guy. Other than that, everyone else was pretty happy for Zach Osborne winning this championship, I think. So, yeah, you're absolutely right, Superfan Jay.
Yeah, and my question for you, Zach, though, what with winning the championship last couple of days, what kind of media obligations have you had to go through?
Not that much, actually. This is maybe the second thing I've had. The third thing, other than the press conference, and then a couple of local news stations from where I'm from in Virginia contacted me for some content. But other than that, it hasn't been too much.
And I said to Zach after the race, congratulations on the championship. You've earned the right to for us to call you on Monday night. So it was a big deal. It was a lot of wins, Hey, Jay, we're gonna give you something. We're gonna give you something from folks at Scotia. All right.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
We have a Zach Osborne signed jersey, a team signed boom bottle, and a Zach Osborne signed helmet for you from folks at Scotia.
Helmet.
Wow.
Helmet.
Wow.
Hey, Steve, the helmet sounds awesome. The boom bottle's awesome. Zach just sent me a jersey. Can we pay that other jersey forward to another caller, please?
I like that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. So stay on hold. We'll get your information, all right, Jay, and we'll get you lined up with that, all right?
Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, no problem. We'll stay on hold there.
People are cool. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, people are cool. That's cool. So. Yeah, Zach. So we think Supercross is starting in mid-January 2016. We had Ricky Carmichael on the show earlier, Zacho, and he was agreeing with me in the fact that we think that this title is going to really help you with Supercross next year. It's going to just relax you. It's going to put you at ease. It's going to make you really, really like kind of not stress as much about your results. Like you've done it. You haven't won the Supercross title, but you've got to the top of the mountain in the 450 class, and I think this totally helps you next year.
I agree. I mean, already, it just brings sort of a sense of belonging or validation. Like every win kind of does that as well, but at the same time, like a championship's just another thing, So for me, already, I feel just like I can, be a little bit more relaxed and just kind of go into a little bit more open mind and not have so much stress on winning, and then also getting that win out of the way at Salt Lake, the last round, just kind of puts me in a good position going into the season. I'm not looking for a win. Now I can go out there and compete for wins, and you never know, maybe a title.
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty awesome for sure.
Can we just think about that win that he got? He crashed really hard in practice, and we didn't think he was going to race. Like, he went walking off the track straight to medics.
That. Right.
And then won.
Yeah, got a handlebar to the gut.
Yeah, at the end of the
whoops. I have a sweet stripe down the middle of my abs that is a reminder every day.
That was a bad one.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
and then you go and win.
It was. I did get a little lucky, obviously, with Jason C falling off, but my number plate had fallen off, and we were going back and forth. It was just a
Husky,
disaster.
tighten it up. Tighten it up.
Tighten it up, Husky. Tighten it up. Speaking of that, how about Feeney, your mechanic? Just a fucking legend. Another championship for Fiend Dog. Good job for Dave.
Never say die.
He is, man. I was telling Brittany maybe yesterday, we don't do the California flight that much. I haven't been here since, I guess when we left before Dallas or whatever. Yeah. And the other day I was just like, man, this flight is freaking long. We went Orlando, Atlanta, San Diego, and those guys do it every weekend. And that's all fine and dandy, but Dave's 57, I believe. And, I know how I felt after it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dave does this not only, one way, but every Friday and every Sunday back and forth like it's, no big deal. Like, what a baller.
Yeah, and you were probably in first, and he's wedged into the back.
Middle seat.
No, I wasn't actually. I was in, 24D, and Emery was in 24F because we were on Delta, so we had an open seat in the middle.
Okay.
But she managed to pull her headphones out every 30 seconds, so it was really not that relaxing.
Yeah, it really didn't really work out, right?
Yeah.
We have Mike on one. Mike, you are the winner of the last caller's giveaway of Zach's jersey from the folks at Scotia, all right?
Awesome.
Yeah, so stay on hold, and we'll get you that information. But what's your question for Zacho?
Well, it's kind of a two-part. I've heard a lot of people talking about an asterisk for the title.
Nobody's talking about that. Stop it.
No, here's what I'm saying. I don't agree with that. Getting that flat tire in Minnesota put all the hardship that any title run has to have. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
just overcoming that shows that is a worthy title for anybody, and it stands second to nothing.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
That's a point I wanted to make, and also I got a lot of shit on Vital last year because after WW Ranch, I was calling for Zach to be the champion last year, and I was just a year early.
Okay,
so,
all right. Well, nice work. Yeah,
I would have been a lot closer last year. I wasn't even that far out of it, other than the missed race that I had at Redbud. So, I felt good that I could do it in the long run, but I needed to stay healthy, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
The part was, Zach, I stayed there. I'm in Florida, and I think it was Friday night, just rolling through the pits on my mountain bike, and you're with your family riding through in the golf cart, and you just had a look of confidence, and it was just like, this guy isn't afraid of anybody. And the next day, it was just hammer down, and no quarter given, and I was so totally impressed.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike. Stay on hold. We'll get you that jersey, all right?
Sure thing. Thanks.
All right, sounds good. We got a call about Ryan's calling about your Lululemon deal, Zach, and it seems like every single time you're on the show, someone calls you about your Lululemon deal. But let's go ahead and get to that. Ryan, what's up? Let's talk about Zach's Lululemon deal. All right, go ahead.
Steve, I apologize. I haven't heard that one be answered yet. So yes,
it's fine. But yeah, it's
that's
a lot.
Part one of the question. I know Lululemon's a pretty tight knit company, so I wasn't sure how that came about. But second part is, does it bother Zach when on air? I noticed people say a few times that the oldest rider in the field, now he's getting that card thrown at him. Does that bother him? And then I just wanted to say congratulations to his accomplishment, and I look up to him a lot. He's a big family man, and at the end of the day, family is important. So, yeah, congrats.
All right, Ryan, stay on hold after this. We're going to give you a team-signed Scotia boom bottle from the guys at Scotia, all right?
I appreciate it.
All right, stay on hold.
So
go ahead, Tits.
The Lulu thing I stole from Alden, basically, or Alden gave it to me. It was originally his contact, and I made good friends with the guy, and we hit it off, and then they started an ambassador program, and I was able to get on that. And it's been a really cool relationship for me, and I hope we can kind of take things to another level next year as far as content and stuff goes, so that would be cool. And then as far as being the oldest guy, I know it's kind of a compliment. Like, I know how I felt when I was 21 or 23 or and how I feel now. So, if I can still do it at this age, then I'm pumped, and I'm not ashamed of it or embarrassed by it or anything like that. Like it's an accomplishment for me.
All right.
Awesome. That's good to hear for people that are maybe a little bit older getting into the sport. And I don't know, that doesn't really, age doesn't quite matter. It does, but it doesn't at the same time. So that's awesome.
All right, Ryan, stay on hold. We'll get you that boom bottle, all right, from the folks at Scotia.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. Pulp 2020 is the code to save at Scotia. Scotia.com. Please check them out. Bringing you Zach Osborne. Cullen is on 5. Cullen, what's your question for Zach Osborne?
What up, Zacho? Congratulations on the championship. But I want to.
Thank you.
Tomac signing the number plate and leaving it on Dave's toolbox. Does that happen often? Obviously he's won the title the past 3 years. So, but like with Roxon or anything like that, like do people usually do that, or has that not been done in a while? I thought that was pretty cool.
I really don't know. I know Dave had gotten one from Eric Gass, who was Cooper's mechanic in 2016 when we won the title in 2017. And I just think it's a really cool thing. Like it's it's a respect thing more than anything like that those guys do. And
I didn't know if that was a mechanic tradition or anything. I thought that was
it was. I was there.
It was at one point, right, Steve? Like it used to be a thing.
Yeah, it's a mechanic thing. Krantz brought that number plate over. I was there when he did it. So yeah, it's more of a mechanic to a mechanic thing. Like here's your plate,
that's pretty cool.
But it is cool. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure Zach will put that right on his mantle.
No, it's Dave's. It's all Dave's,
Yeah.
and I know Dave will. I think he has big plans for it.
Right.
In a shadow box or something, and he was like over the moon about it,
Was
and
he
I was
really?
super stoked to see
Oh,
them.
was he? Oh,
yeah, for sure. Like,
oh, that's awesome.
I
That's
had
really
already
cool.
put some thought into it before, like as if they would, they would do that or whatever, and I was super stoked to see that they did. I thought that was like over the top cool of Kranz and Eli both to sign it and give it to Dave because it meant a ton to Dave.
Thanks, Colin. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm most excited in the fact that Zacho said 2021 I get to stay in his motorhome at a race.
Let's do it.
It's finally going to happen. I'm really excited.
Watch Saved by the Bell
We
and
have
everything.
to do a dog hair check at the door though, because like I can't do that.
And that's fine, no problem. We can do that, and I can watch Saved by the Bell and get some coffee, some creamer.
Well, I'm hoping that that's still on. Like we got, I've got to check with. I don't even know what channel it's on now. IFC or something like that.
Right.
And make sure that's on the schedule for next year.
Yeah. IFC. No, it's probably on like Nickelodeon actually.
No, it's like I don't know. It's like I think it's IFC.
Okay, all right. That seems odd for IFC. Anyways, any questions for Zacho, Charles?
Yeah, I was gonna ask him when you did ISDE, how long do you have to do all your bike repair? Like,
so there's a 15-minute work period in the afternoon and a 10-minute work period in the morning before you race. But at each check, so do you know anything about like a time card enduro or how that works?
Yeah, a little bit.
So like if you're early to a check, you have say maybe 6 minutes. You can change your oil or pop a filter in, or if it's like the last test of the day, you can kind of get a head start on some of the things that you have to do. Or if you get to the Parc Fermé early, you can loosen your rim locks or even loosen an axle nut if you're careful enough going, back to the pits or whatever. And then you have 15 minutes to do your tires, which is the main thing. If you need a sprocket or something like that, that can be time costly. So that's the main thing. It's pretty easy once you get kind of a flow and workflow of how you do it. If you have somebody that's experienced with you that can hand you all the stuff you need and is kind of a step ahead of you in the tools department, it's not too bad at all.
So where I was going with that is I know you're changing tires, right? You're not changing wheels. You're changing tires with mooses and
tires with mooses, yeah.
And you're doing that pretty quickly. So I'm going to Millville, and I'm thinking, you said you didn't see your crew, but I'm going on a limb here and saying there could be a point where Zach the plan, if I get a flat, have a stand there, have the tools ready. I'm just doing it myself. Everybody back the fuck up. I've got it covered.
It's funny you say that because I've raced some of the guys in the shop a couple times, and we've had some good battles because at the 6 days you're using on-road approved like spec tires, like everyone has the same tire, and they're really soft and like they're terrible to ride, but they're quite easy to change. And then the rear's an 18, which makes a huge difference because the sidewall is so big and mushy. But we've done some races in the shop with like the actual tire change, not the wheel change. They can do the wheel change way faster than I can, but tire change, I got most of the boys covered.
That's pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
pretty,
couldn't do that.
Pretty amazing. Starling's like, I'm out.
No. Baggett does mine. Whenever I'm over there, I just have Blake do it because I can't do it. He does it so fast.
Blake?
Yeah. Dude, he's hands-on.
Really?
Yeah. Really I mean, he works
Chupacabra.
He works on, like, D9s and stuff.
I know,
he doesn't care.
I know,
but, like, when it comes to, like, I was changing a tire at his house once. Was taking a long time. He literally just took it out of my hands, knocked it out in, like, 2 minutes.
Wow.
He's impressive.
Good job for that. Scotia.com bringing you Zach Osborne on the show. Well, Zacho, thanks, man. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. As always, it's fun to have you on. Friend of the show. And, yeah, congratulations, man. We're all really stoked for you, no doubt.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Thanks for having me, and thanks for all the support over the years. And, yeah, look forward to some more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
that's really awesome.
Should be great, man. Good work. Thank you, man.
Thank you, guys.
Right.
See you later.
All right, see you. That's Zach Osborne, everybody. And, yeah, really cool story, man. Really cool story.
He's like one of the